在第10课 in Chapter 10, we're going to talk about how to ask for a drink. 我们的生词 our vocab words 一喝二一点儿三八 So 喝 is a verb meaning to drink. So of course, if you're visiting your friend, the host will ask, "What do you want to drink?" 你想喝什么？你想喝茶吗？你想喝咖啡吗？你想喝水吗？你想喝可乐吗？And this is, by the way, this is 啤酒。你想喝啤酒吗？And you might also hear the host make their request more polite by adding EDR. Or when you ask for a drink, you can make your request more polite by saying EDR. Now, previously we've learned this this phrase 一下, which means a little bit. For example, 我介绍一下我的姐姐. Now, if we recall, that is to soften the tone of your action or question. EDR plays the same role and moderates the tone of voice. But the difference between 一下 and EDR is what you modify with them. 一下 modifies the verb. 介绍一下, 介绍 meaning to introduce. It's a verb, to introduce a little. EDR does not modify the verb, it modifies the object. So EDR comes before the object that it modifies. For example, 你想吃点什么? So here, dr modifies 什么, what, right? You want to eat a little what? Or 你喝一点茶吧. The object here is 茶, right? To drink tea, and you drink a little tea. Just like with a 一下, you can just delete the EDR and the meaning of the sentence is the same. 你喝茶吧. But if I add the EDR, it just makes it sound a little bit more polite. Softens the tone of your request or your sentence, your meaning. To repeat, EDR quantifies the object. Verb, EDR, object. 一下 quantifies the verb. Verb, a little bit of action. Let's look at some examples. 喝一点可乐, to drink a little cola. 吃一点饭, to eat a little food. 做一下. And here we have the difference between 一下 and EDR or EDN. EDN here modifies the verb. You cannot say 一下 here because, or you could say 一下, but if you do say 一下, it's modifying the action, eat, like eat a little, eat a bit. But if I say 做一下, I can't replace that with EDR. There's no object here at all for there to be like 做一, that's just wrong. You have to say 做一下. All right, use 一下 after a verb to modify the verb, the action. Let's look at a final example. 我介绍一下. Let me introduce a little bit. 你想喝一点什么? There's always an object after EDR. All right. Our next word is 八. 八is very similar to 呀. We learned, we talked about this sentence particle 呀, which means you use it after a question to soften it, like 谁呀? Okay, 八 is used also at the end of a sentence usually use at the end of a command to soften the tone. Again, it's not very important. It doesn't mean anything. You can get rid of it, and the sentence would not change. It's just one of those like things that people say in speech to soften the tone of their voice. For example, let's look at some sentences. 你喝咖啡, right? That means I'm telling you to drink coffee, and then I'm going to soften it by saying 吧. Right? It just sounds like a soft. It's just like listen to the sound of this particle. 吧. It just sounds not that threatening. It sounds pretty polite. 你喝咖啡吧? Why don't you drink some coffee? You drink some coffee, okay? 你喝咖啡吧? We have this come in please, right? 请进来吧. Again, we have two sort of ways to make our sentence more polite. We have 请, please come in, and then 吧, please come in. 吧. Let's dance. 我们跳舞吧. All right. And that is our lesson for today. 谢谢大家的收听。